Welcome to the Designated Drinker Show, the podcast that's raising the bar on craft cocktails. I am your host, Louise Solis, and with me is my very, very talented friend who solemnly swears only to craft the most divine cocktails, Mistress DC Gina.
I do. Hi, Louise.
As a bartender, did you have to take the oath or oath?
I mean, if doing shots of Grand Marnier to haze me in was doing an oath, I guess that's what I did.
Ooh, that sounds like it hurt.
It's the times.
Back in the day, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Much younger liver back then.
It was. I could do a lot more things. I mean, I don't know. I still do this. I still pretend that I'm that young, so whatever.
So, in honor of Women's Month, our entire March lineup of guests are extraordinary women who have extraordinary stories to share. So I want to kick this one off with a quote from a woman I personally admire and find her incredibly inspiring, and that's Sonia Sotomayor. And if you don't mind, I'd like to share her quote. Mm-hmm. There are uses to adversity, and they don't reveal themselves until tested, whether it's serious illness, financial hardship, or the simple constraints of parents who speak limited English. Difficulty can tap unexpected strengths. Kind of crazy, huh? Those are great words. So, Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, just in case you don't know, that's who she is. She herself is a testament to those words. She was raised in a single-parent home in the Bronx. You might understand a little bit. And she went on to graduate summa cum laude at Princeton. Imagine that. She went to Yale Law School, as if that's not enough. She first became a U.S. District Court judge, and then, of course, she is the first Latina Supreme Court justice in all of U.S. history. And since then, she's been working tirelessly to support women and minorities through the criminal justice system and working on reform. So how can we not be inspired by her?
It's so much effort goes into that. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing.
And she wears it so well. She makes it look easy, but I can only imagine.
That's the grace of a woman.
True.
Very true. It's what's different, right? A man will, I did this. And the woman's like, gracefully just enters the room.
Many. Yeah, great women. Yes, absolutely.
It's very different.
Yep.
Sorry.
So, speaking of extraordinary women with remarkable stories that should be shared, brings me to today's designated drinker, another woman who I am sure smiles in the face of adversity. She's the Chief Marketing Officer at SelvaRey Rum, Brielle Caruso. Yay! Did I do it right?
Caruso.
Oh my God! I was so worried that I was going to get.
Let me give you a little New York.
Wrong.
It is Brielle Caruso. Okay, there we go.
I was so nervous about getting the rum right. I got the name wrong. Oh, to be a simple being like Louise. Good Lord. Welcome to the show, nonetheless.
Well, thank you, ladies. Louise, what a beautiful introduction. What a beautiful and inspiring quote. And girl, you got the New York background. My father was born and raised in Chinatown, Little Italy cusp.
Really? Love.
Oh, yeah.
I'm from Long Island.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
We're East Coast gals.
Yeah, Gina's got her roots strong in New York.
Yeah, was there last weekend with my family.
Amazing.
What are you going to do? Anyway, welcome. I'm excited to hear your story.
I'm so happy to be here.
Great. Let's just start at the very top and just get this out of the way. What does the CMO do for Bruno Mars's rum company?
It's funny. So many people ask that question and they want to hear some big glamorous answer like, I'm with Bruno all the time. I'm his best friend now. You'll see me on his social. So not the case. The truth is, it's building a brand in its simplest form. It's figuring out where there's a need in the markets, and there's certainly a need for a premium rum. We have that. There's a need for beautiful packaging because people desire something that looks beautiful to look at, especially when it comes to wine and spirits these days. We have that. A good price point. We have that. And then, of course, a really solid marketing campaign to make sure that Bruno fans, rum connoisseurs, spirit fans in general know and are aware of our brands and definitely want to try it. I think that's part one of it. The other part is building a team. And the truth of the matter is that's the most important piece of this for me, because if you don't have the right people and if you don't have a strong team building your brand isn't going to move anywhere. The brand is great on its own, but it's the team that gets it out there. It's the team that sells it. It's the team that markets it. So my team lovingly calls me the mama bear. I am a mother on the side, but I really appreciate that because it makes me feel that they feel safe, that I provide a sense of security for them to dream big, to try, to make mistakes, because my God, we all make mistakes every day. I make them every single day. I'm sure I'll make one on this podcast and I'll say something silly, but
check.
There you go.
Check. I've done that.
Nothing wrong with it. And it makes you human. And I think it's important for your team and the people around you to know that vulnerability is important. Vulnerability is a strength. It means you're trying. It means you're opening yourself up. I also think that it's really important for people to see brands vulnerable in a way too. No brand is perfect. Every brand is trying something new. Give them a chance. And I really hope that the people listening will give SelvaRey a chance.
Well, it's to your point, it is beautiful packaging. I was telling that to Gina. We were talking about before we even started. I was like, it's really pretty bottles.
And it is.
You'd easily be able to see that like on the shelf.
Can I actually share a very quick story, funny story?
Tell the story. Go.
The bottle was actually, the original bottle did not look like that. It was rather hideous. And the owners that knew Bruno, Bruno loved the liquid, of course, but he was like, this bottle looks like shit. Straight up. And our owners, bless our owners, were just like, then you know what? We're going to give you carte blanche, create the bottle that you imagine this rum to be in. And he did. And look, it's beautiful.
It is.
And it really does personify Bruno's style.
It's very, well, here's what I like about it. So my whole thing of being a bartender all these years is how easy is it to open? Mm-hmm. Because like I get so many bottles and you're like fumbling to open it, like especially if you have to open a second bottle in mid shift or, third or whatever it is. And you're like, come on. But I loved it because I just did this on camera to do the video to make this. And I was just like, and I did it on camera because I want everybody to always see, like, is it easy to open? Whatever. Came right off. And then nice cork top, super easy. For me, like, that's everything. And it fits in the rail.
Mm-hmm. I know, and crazy that brands don't think about that, but fit it in the rail and make it easy for you to hold.
Yeah. Fitting in the rail, for me, fitting in the rail is like, so I'm a girl, so sometimes the bottles are just, too big for hands. Mm-hmm. But it's nice. It's got like a nice slender neck, and I feel like, and I'm happy now that people like do think about that, in packaging. But this is really great. But so I want to say my favorite thing about the bottle, and I need to know, made in the jungle. Come on, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, well,
I love it.
If you've got a little time. So that story, it's interesting because we focused a lot on the Bruno piece as we launched the brand. But the real backstory is that there were three brothers that really found a love for rum in South America. And during their search, they realized, oh my God, there's tons of amazing rums down here. When you go back home to the United States, we really don't have that. And the category hasn't been developed enough. So they went on a mission to create the world's best rum. Lots of research involved, but eventually they found their way to a gentleman named Don Pancho in Panama. His backstory is that he grew up in Cuba and he was the minister of rum under Castro. So this gentleman truly knew how to make rum in the Cuban way. Long story short, he wound up getting out of Cuba and he landed in the jungle because he fell in love with a Panamanian woman. And he created a distillery there, and that Made in the Jungle is an homage to him. He carved out the jungle to create that distillery, and SelvaRey means King of the Jungle. Again, another little hidden homage to this gentleman that is an amazing distiller and the true
power
creator.
of women.
Yeah.
It's the power of women, man. That woman had him distilling rum in the jungle.
It's the power of the pussy. You obviously couldn't say it. Were you trying to keep it PC?
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Hey, we followed love for rum and love for
there
a
you
woman.
go.
The combination
That's
became
right.
SelvaRey.
So
I
what
love
did you
it.
pour in this little glass for
So I
us?
poured the coconut first. Is that okay? I wanted to try it. The
Absolutely.
coconut straight. Yeah. It's I mean, it's very smooth and delicious.
It is delicious.
Yeah,
It doesn't need,
No. It's like vacation.
it is.
Yeah, it is. It's straight up like a vacation.
But you know what? We say that and there. I just want to make sure people understand. This does not taste like chemical. Like some of the flavored things. This is a beautiful,
No, it's nice rum.
Nice rum that has
Will
a
you really-
lovely flavor to it.
So I had a question, and I'm not sure about the answer, but will you release a straight white rum, or is that a plan or no?
We have it. We do.
we
have
didn't
a-
get it. I am sorry, I did not get that.
No, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. We'll have to get that to you as a follow-up. But our classic white rum is phenomenal. And as a bartender, I'm sure you are very familiar with classic daiquiris. It blows any
love,
other
yeah.
classic daiquiri away. And then a twist on that is make it with the coconut. Make it with the coconut and
Yeah.
try it that way, which is also phenomenal. And then I believe you also have the chocolate expression. And
Yeah.
then
do.
we
We
have
do.
our aged owner's reserve, which is absolutely brilliant.
Make it with the coconut. That sounds like a Bruno
Where-
Mars song. Like that could be a Bruno
Where
Mars
is
song.
Make it with the coconut.
Coconut.
Where is tell them to do that. Be like, and everyone will buy it. No, I have a question. Where do you get the eight? So I have definitely not seen the owner's reserve anywhere. Where is that available?
So that is allocated. It's limited availability. It is available on Reserve Bar. A lot of times it is sold out, which I'm thrilled to see that consumers, as soon as it gets on there, it gets sold out.
That's
But
great.
yes.
Oh, that's a
And
pretty
you'll see it a
color.
lot in gifting opportunities, influencer opportunities. So we really try and premiumize that because that's our flagship.
Oh.
Which one are you trying
mean,
now?
The chocolate.
Oh, the smell alone. The smell alone
The
convinces you.
nose. That's when it's like the smell. I haven't even tasted
You
it.
can just
So
like
good.
dump this in like every iced coffee in the planet and make
Yes.
it like delish.
You could
and
just
that's
dump
our
it in my
plan.
face.
Coffees in the winter, hot chocolates, which is outstanding.
Frozen. What are we
Coquitos.
talking about?
So good.
Brielle.
It's so good.
Brielle, dump this in a frozen machine. Vegas, little bit of like oat milk and coffee, like a good strong brewed coffee, and freeze it. Poolside,
That would be
Done.
delicious.
and then enjoy it with like a shot of this on top.
I love that. I'll enjoy
what
it.
she's saying is the pineapple.
I mean, I'm done. I'm in. I'm so. We're gonna talk all about you, but this
It's
is really
breakfast. It's like breakfast in a glass
You
if
know-
you think about it in that way. And then it's totally fine to be drinking it at 9
Yeah,
in the
Chocolate is our
morning.
hidden gem. It's our hidden gem.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
that tries it loves it.
Yeah, I own a bagel store, bagel stores, and we do cocktails and bagels, and
Oh, that's
so we do
brilliant.
we specialize in breakfast drinks.
Yeah.
So like for me, I'm always thinking, could you drink this at 7:00 in the morning? Oh, you could? Great. You know, I mean, I save all the good expressions for like late night sipping. I have a late night bar too called Last Call, but no, you could totally put this in a breakfast drink. I feel like that might. Who distributes you in Washington D.C. for all of our listeners that are local?
I will have to double check on that. We just changed distribution. I can get back to you guys on that after this. But
Okay, that's fine.
but we are there.
All right, do you want to just jump into the drink?
Let's jump into the drink so that we can then get into the this other story I want to
I
get
should not be
into.
shooting straight rum, by the way, right away. I'm just going to be like, honest.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Somewhere.
Wait, did you say it's 2:00 somewhere?
It's 12 o'clock somewhere, ladies. We're fine.
Oh, I think you said it's 2:00. I'm like, that's perfect. I'm going to adopt that. Fuck 5:00. Like,
All
yeah,
right.
it's
So
2:00.
are we ready to make a cocktail then?
I am ready.
All
Okay.
right. Walk her through it, Gina.
So this cocktail is, you know, we got a little bit of notes, you know, on what Brielle likes and everything, and I was kind of like, you know, I don't know if everybody knows this, but pineapples right now, if you go to the store, why are pineapples so cheap? Everyone's like, pineapples so cheap because it's pineapple season in South America, and they're coming to the U.S. and they're really good. So if you're, you see them in the store, pick up a pineapple, and let it get nice and ripe. So what you're going to use for this is a 1/4 cup of pineapple, and you're going to pour it into whatever tumbler, glass, something between 12 and 16 ounce size glass is great. something you can muddle in. Please don't put this in a wine glass and then muddle it.
Yeah.
You will break your wine glass and wind up in the emergency room, and we do not have insurance for that.
No.
So, here we go. So you're gonna put a quarter cup of fresh chopped pineapple, clean it up, make sure there's no core in there, and you're gonna muddle that. You're gonna add a little bit of a quarter ounce of, and I mean this, a quarter ounce of mint simple syrup. Now, I recently found a new way to make mint simple syrup, which in the winter, which is such a cheat, but so great. You make regular simple syrup, and then you buy tea, like the mint tea.
Yeah.
So once it's cold, you take 1 tea bag for every 8 ounces, and you steep the tea bag in the cold simple syrup. And it makes it like so delicious, it's crazy.
That's so easy too.
Yeah, and then you're not boiling the mint leaves, and mint's very expensive, as we all know, in the winter, right? So anyway, so you're gonna take a quarter ounce of the mint syrup, and then you're gonna muddle that at the bottom of your glass. Then you're gonna fill with ice, and then you're going to add 2 ounces of the SelvaRey coconut. If you want to take the coconut level down a little bit, you can mix the 2 expressions of the white rum and the coconut, but you want to have 2 ounces in the glass. And then you're going to add a little bit more of the crushed ice to the top, and you're going to top with your favorite champagne. I'm going to be honest, champagne is what you want to use. You want something nice and brut and dry, because you're looking for the pineapple and the apple-y flavors of the champagne to combine. And that's it. It's a very simple drink, but very delicious. And as
beautiful
Sorry, I
sound.
just popped the champagne.
and as we've been sipping these, I'm thinking like these would be super great frozen with a champagne floater. So there's always a way to like take the base, throw it in a blender, blend it up with ice, and then take the champagne and make a floater out of it. Oh, nice glass, Brielle.
Beautiful glass.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies. And this is so good. Obviously, SelvaRey is my favorite. I love coconut. But champagne, you mix them together. This is heaven in a glass, vacation in a glass.
Oh, yes.
And my birthday is this month, so this is going to be my cocktail. My birthday
Yay.
cocktail.
Cheers to the happy
Thank
birthday.
you, Gina.
Early,
Yay.
yes.
Thank you.
So good. So you shared a little something with me that I was so happy you did. And so I can only imagine this birthday being pretty special for you. Will you tell us what you just recently found out or what's happening in your personal life?
Absolutely. And thank you for asking about it. I was adopted when I was 9 months old from Seoul, South Korea. And I spent most of my life, I had known about it all my life because my parents are Italian. I am Korean. Obviously, I didn't look like them. It was no
shocker.
secret. And then 7 years ago, I actually journeyed to Korea with my husband because I wanted to open up the records through Holt Adoption Agency. That's who facilitated the adoption. I had very limited information at the time. And you are allowed to open the information once you're 21. I'm not going to date myself, but I knew that if I found anything, I'd want to move very quickly on it. And I had the time and the resources to be able to do it. I wound up meeting the daughter of the Holts who started Holt Agency, Molly, and I met the doctor that took care of me when I was considered an orphan and up for adoption, which was amazing. They continued a lot of the search for my family, but at that time, I didn't know anything beyond, just meeting them. Fast forward to last August, I get a call from the social worker that was on my case, and they found my birth mother, my birth brother, my birth sister, and I have family in Virginia and Texas.
Wow.
Aunts and cousins.
Wow.
So the journey to return is going to happen in September of this year, where I'll actually be able to meet my birth family for the first time, which is terribly exciting. I'm nervous. I need to learn Korean fast, but I feel really, really blessed because this is a big part of my life. It's a big chapter that's been empty for a while. And I know how fortunate I am. And I have to really thank Holt for being able to help facilitate this. There is a group called the ALC, the Adoptee Leadership Council, that's just formed. That's also helped me navigate through this. And they help adoptees, in any way, as a support, as a resource system. And it's just been an amazing journey so far. And I can't wait to kind of really jump into that chapter in a couple months.
That is
So
exciting.
yes, that's the quick summary.
That's amazing.
That's amazing, and it's wonderful to hear that you found support within this. I would imagine it's got to be a daunting task. I mean, I can only imagine it must be exciting and scary and exhilarating and exhausting all at the same time.
And no story is perfect, right? There's a lot of sadness in the history that I do know of my birth family. I actually have 3 siblings. One died. He was in a car accident, trying to see my mother at a certain point, and a taxi hit him. Like there's such tragedy there too. But I realized, I'm like, that's kind of life, right? No, you don't go through life without sadness or tragedy. You also have a ton of happiness. It's every family. And I just feel very lucky that I have 2.
Yeah.
You know, I have one that I love so much here, and they'll always be my mom and dad. There's no doubt about that, because they raised me. You know, if it wasn't, I'm going to get a little emotional. If it wasn't for them taking the leap of faith and wanting a child from across the world, I wouldn't even be in this position. Obviously, they helped give me resources and help groom me to be what I am, and I will always credit them for that. And they gave me the values that I have to hopefully make me and continue to allow me to be a good leader.
That's amazing. Now I'm crying.
I know, it's so nice.
It's so beautiful. See?
But thank you for letting me share that.
No, I mean, it's so uplifting, and like you said, there's a lot of tears of. It's a mixture of all the emotions. Thank you. That's incredible.
I think that's what the difference is, right? Sometimes when you say, like, you know, we have a powerful, strong woman on, yes, you are the chief marketing officer for the rum company and you do all that, but then, like, you have this whole, like, strength in yourself. It's amazing. Like, people need to hear that. People need to, like, maybe there's gonna be somebody else who's listening to this show and they never thought about, like, you know, reaching out to their birth parents, or even trying, or, you know, or just kind of like let that chapter just be closed in their life, you know? Maybe this is gonna be good, you know?
Well, and the other thing
It's inspiring. It's inspiring.
And even to hear that too, as somebody who doesn't have that, I don't have that in my life, but to hear that, and maybe if I understand a little more. And you can share that. Like your sharing that story has such a great ripple effect that you can't even imagine. Like thank you. Thank you.
I love that.
No, I truly hope so. And, you know, my personal and professional mission actually is supporting women, lifting each other up, sharing those stories that might be uncomfortable, and pushing people to take that leap.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did. I took a leap. I didn't know what it would get me, but it was worth trying. And I think a lot of times women hold back. And it's not just trying to find your adoptive parents. It's doing anything in life and just taking that risk. Do it. You're worth doing it for, and trying and seeking. And for any women, on a personal note, if you are an adoptee and you're looking, or you're interested in having a conversation, please, you know, look me up on LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm happy to have that conversation with you and talk you through it, because without help and support from other people, I wouldn't have gotten here. No way in hell did I get here by myself.
Yeah.
I had a community, and the majority of them were women.
Yeah.
Right now, I have the 2 of you. You are my community today. And I'm so proud to be a part of this show. I'm so proud that you have this show and that you're honoring women this month. But you are giving a platform for that. So thank you for doing that. But women lift each other up. We're really good at that.
Yep.
So pay it forward and help everybody else out, or help other women that you know that may need it.
Yep. No, absolutely.
That's really true.
Absolutely. So we didn't do our housekeeping. Where are they going to go to get the recipe?
You're going to go to Designated Drinker Show.
Where?
Sorry, I'm a little
There's
slurring.
a reason. There's a reason.
I'm slurring. You're going to go to Designated Drinker Show. I might not finish all the shots.
So
tastings.
Yes, all the tastings.
Shots, tastings. I don't know.
The reason why I want to insert that there is because we'll make sure that our listeners also can find the links to to your social media links very easily. So there's no miss on that. They can easily get it theirs because we want to help facilitate and definitely not be a roadblock.
Yeah,
Any
of
way
course.
we can help
No, that's amazing.
We're honored to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Great. And if you ladies actually at our website, we have a store tracker. So you
yeah.
could literally put in your zip code and you can find the store nearest to you that carries SelvaRey, which is great. And you can order it from the website too.
Because my friends need to know they can't come to my house and drink what she sent me. I'm not sharing.
Right.
I'll support my women friends with everything but my rum that you sent me.
No problem. No problem. There's things that we can hold back.
Jerk like that, you know?
Yeah.
So
Kinda.
you also you told me there's a little something happening, and it actually explained something that I didn't understand. A little something that's happening in Vegas.
Oh, yes. So right now, the Bruno Mars Anderson .Paak duo Silk Sonic, they have a residency. It started in February. It's going through March. I think there's 2 shows in April, and then it completes itself through May. So SelvaRey will definitely be an active participant, activating around the show, within the show, at the after party. So it's really exciting. It's just a great time to be on this brand. It's a great time to just be a part of a spirit that is attached to such an amazing cultural force like Bruno Mars.
Do you get to go to the shows?
We do. But we have to work them. So again, the non-glamorous moments of everybody thinks, are you guys hanging out and like sipping SelvaRey with Bruno? No. We are making sure the menus look good, the bars look good, the bottle service is ready, the staff is trained, all of the behind the scenes. That is so, so important. So at that end moment, if you get to do that toast, everything is perfectly lined up for it.
That's amazing.
So if you need 2 more hardworking chicks that need a podcast at those after-hour parties, you can tell Bruno I'm Kaima Aina. I have the Aloha, the Ohana. We can do it.
Wait, so I have a question. But,
Amazing.
we're not there
I'm
yet.
ridiculous.
I do.
I am ridiculous.
So, I have to say this. People are going to listen to this and they're, spirit industry and stuff like that. You didn't just start, and get this position. Like, what pushed you to like want to be totally in the liquor business? Because this is not a business for everybody.
It is not. And the truth is, I was working in healthcare PR when I got out of school, and colorectal drug focus groups was just not my thing. Not at all. And then I had to come to Jesus with myself where I was like, Brielle, like, you're the type that you need to love what you do because you're going to spend more hours working than anything else in your life. So what do you like? And the epiphany was you like eating and drinking. But it was truth. It was truth for myself. So what could I find in the realm of that? Because I enjoy socializing, meeting people, entertaining. And I wound up getting a role at a company called the O Group as the agency of record for Hennessy Cognac. Within 8 months, I got poached by Moet Hennessy. And they are the wine and spirits division of LVMH. And I wound up working more in a sales function, merchandising. But I'm glad I started there because I feel like you need to have a sales and marketing background to truly understand the role of a chief marketing officer because the two truly work hand in hand. I worked up the ranks. I wound up working globally on Belvedere Vodka. I jumped over to a smaller company. I worked with Randy Gerber on Caliche Rum and then Casamigos Tequila. I did a little consulting for a while. Yes. And then I boomeranged back to Moet Hennessy. And I handled all of the experiential for the Hennessy brand before coming to SelvaRey. So there was no straight path. And if anybody thinks there's a straight path in life, they're crazy. There's going to be a lot of detours. Again, take the risks. I was not groomed. And for any woman listening on this call, I was not groomed for this role. I do not have an MBA. I did not pass Algebra 2 in college. And I struggled with those things. But what I could do was I could connect with people. I have a really beautiful community of friends and family and network. I really value my reputation. And that's another thing, especially as a woman, really, really value your reputation. Keep your word, build on that, because it takes you years to build it and years for you to get that credibility. And literally 2 seconds, it could be lost. And especially in wine and spirits. So protect it. and be around people that will also protect it. But that is essentially the story. And just do what you want to do. Don't let anybody else tell you can't do it. Oh, really quick. Sorry, I got to share this story because I think this would resonate with women too.
Yep.
I used to do commercials when I was a kid. Obviously, I'm an Asian woman, or I was an Asian child too. Not that it would ever change.
It would be kind of weird if you weren't, but hey.
Yes. Yeah. Who knows? But I remember I was going for the Life cereal box to be the model.
Yeah.
And the producer said to my mother, and I was like 6 years old at the time, your daughter would be so famous if she had blonde hair and blue eyes. And that hurt like hell.
Yep.
At the time,
of course,
an Asian little girl wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have gotten the brand the sales it probably needed. Maybe, I don't know. But that really motivated me. And I remember thinking, I'm going to show you, Mr. Producer, like, I've got what it takes. I didn't do it in commercials or TV, but I did it here. And sometimes I think you need those moments where somebody shuts you down.
Yep.
Use it to your advantage.
Yep.
Use it to fuel a passion. Use it to fuel that fire that's inside of each and every one of us to be the best version of ourselves.
Yep. All you can do is when you get that is prove them wrong.
Exactly.
Prove them wrong. Give them the big old middle finger by proving them wrong. And it's because I always think that what doesn't kill you can make you stronger if you let it.
Yes.
And that's just that adversity. And just facing it and using it. Yeah. Using that little bit of grit. But don't lose, to your point, don't lose your grace.
There's something about it.
Exactly.
Yep.
There's something about it. People will always remember that. They'll remember exactly how you are handling yourself more than they're going to remember what you did. You know?
It's elegance under pressure.
Yeah, I agree
Every
with
day
that.
for women, it's elegance under pressure.
So what's coming for the brand this spring and summer? What can people expect? Is this a big time for you guys? I'm assuming it is.
It definitely is.
Rum just feels like a time. It's beachy. Makes me go back to the beach in my head.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
Although I like
So
rum
our
old fashioned.
slogan is tropical luxury, wherever you are. And we want to change the narrative of rum just being a seasonal brand, meaning the summer, because rum and summer, it's synonymous, right?
Yep.
But we want to make sure that we have a beautiful portfolio. You can drink us all year. The chocolate, right? That can certainly work in the colder weather if you want to switch gears. Owner's Reserve, the same. You could drink the chocolate, as we were saying, in a frozen drink in the summer.
Yeah.
There's so much variety. But I do think as we move into the summer months, the focus really is on our flagship white rum, which is outstanding. And I'll have to get you guys a bottle after because it's just such a classic, clean, beautifully Cuban style rum that is delicious. But then, of course, the coconut is the darling of the summer.
Yeah.
You can't avoid coconut rum in the summer. And I've got to say, I think ours is the best. And the fact that we don't add any artificial flavoring. We are non-GMO. We are vegan. I'm really proud that we have all of those things to back the liquid in that bottle. So you're going to see a lot of activity. And the good news is, God willing, COVID dies down, which it seems like it is.
Knock on wood.
In real life, activations will be able to happen again. You're seeing that now at the residency. But I really want to bring pop-ups, pina colada pop-ups to life. I want to do those things
I'm into
so people
that.
can truly experience the brand.
Yep.
And we have some amazing partnerships coming up that you'll be seeing with some big national chains.
Woohoo.
I love pina colada pop-up. Let's just do that. DC.
And when you can't say
Yes.
pina colada pop-up, you can't have any more.
Yeah.
Because that's allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you say,
I love
sorry, it's time for water.
That's really funny. I love a pina colada pop-up. That's like, I love it.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's time. I have one last
time.
question. This is how we know if you listen to our podcast or not, because you'll be ready for the answer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, don't worry, we go easy on you. So in this day and age, everybody identifies themselves with a spirit animal or a spirited creature that they, so you might identify yourself with the toucan, which is on your bottle because, it's a majestic bird in the jungle and flies high above the canopy, right? And mother to all, right? If you can identify yourself with one spirit ingredient that's used in either food or alcohol or cocktails, what would it be and why?
Me personally?
Yes, like one ingredient that defines you.
Ooh. I would say jalapenos.
Do
Wow.
tell.
And I would say jalapenos because they're spicy. But there's different levels of that flavor, right? You can cut it down, you could spice it up. So there's flexibility there. But it also is just, it really can make a dish. It can really make a dish stand out. And frankly, it's just delicious. You kind of caught me on the spot there, but like, I don't mind being delicious and I don't mind spicing things up a little bit and changing the narrative of what things are supposed to be.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's right. I love that answer.
Cheers to that.
Well, cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
Thank you, Brielle, for
Oh God,
coming.
obsessed
Thank
with this
you.
drink.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you for this
Women's
creation.
Month.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for being so remarkable, sharing your story. You're beautiful inside and out. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Designated Drinker Show is produced by Missing Link, a podcast media company that is dedicated to connecting people to intelligent, engaging, and informative content. Also in the Missing Link lineup of podcasts is Roger That, a podcast dedicated to guiding you through the haze of dementia, led by skilled caregivers Bobby and Mike Carducci. Now, if you're looking for a whole new way to enjoy the theater, check out Between Acts, an immersive audio theater podcast experience. Each episode takes you on a spellbinding journey through the works of newfound playwrights, from dramas to comedies and everything in between. Find Missing Link's League of Podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts. Please don't forget to subscribe, download, and review the shows. Your review helps our shows reach new audiences. To find out more about Missing Link, visit missinglink.company. That's missinglink.company.